UFC 300 just got way better. You want to know why? It's because we are actually getting a solid press conference. I want to talk about that today, and I want to talk about why the UFC hasn't done these type of press conferences, because it's absolutely fantastic for the fans. UFC 300 is probably going to deliver in that sense, and I can't wait to get to it. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with many YouTube channels. Let's start off by showing you this tweet over here from MMA Orbit, which is a fantastic news page for UFC. The UFC 300 press conference will take place on Thursday and feature all 26 fighters on the card, and what they chose to show over here was the Go Big press conference, because the point being, we haven't seen something like this since the Go Big press conference. And what year was that? I want to say it was around 2016. It was around the McGregor era, which was insane. This is something that UFC fans have been missing for a very long time. This is something that I've missed for a very long time. To have all of these fighters here, think about all the viral Conor McGregor moments and all the viral moments from different press conferences. You have moments that lived forever from the Go Big press conference. That's because you have all of these fighters, and they weren't even necessarily fighting. They definitely weren't fighting. I don't know why I said necessarily. And they were just yapping to each other. Take McGregor versus Cerrone, for example. In the Go Big press conference, they just started yapping back and forth. McGregor's like, "You're stiff as a board. I'd snap you in half." And then years down the road, they actually ended up facing each other, and you had that history to look back on. Not only that, it was just perfect for the hype for the event in general. I don't know why the UFC doesn't do this anymore. I don't know why the UFC has all of these press conferences right now where it's just 15 minutes, boring, the media asks questions. And I understand fans can ask some dumb questions sometimes. Hey, are you safe for my parlay? Like if you would walk up to like Justin Gaethje for UFC 300. Justin Gaethje, I'm putting my money on you, Justin Gaethje. Are you safe for my parlay? Or, hey, how you feeling about being in Las Vegas, Max Holloway? And then the fighters will be like, Las Vegas, make some noise. It's awesome being here. Everybody's been so great to me. It's so generic. It's so crazy. But when you had all of these other press conferences, the way they used to do it, just have fans come up. And you know what? Again, sometimes the dumb fans would ask those questions. And they get generic. They get repetitive. Yeah, but you also have all of these amazing moments from different fans. And this, so many times, they end up sparking different moments between the fighters. They start trashing each other, they start barking at each other, and it just gets more hype for the card in general, more attention on the fighters, and more importantly, for everybody who's worried about fighter pay, it gets their name out there. It gets the fighters' names out there when they are allowed to have these types of moments. What about the type of moment, don't you ever talk about my fucking mom? Don't you ever talk about my fucking mom? Like, there are so many different things that come from these giant press conferences that we just don't get anymore. The people like to talk about how the UFC doesn't deliver anymore. This is one of the reasons. Stuff like this, the UFC 300 press conference that they're going to have with every fighter on the card, this is exactly what you need. The only thing that's a little bit unfortunate is you have a little bit of a lack of trash talkers on this UFC 300 card. There's a lot of fighters on there that will absolutely deliver with their fights, but you don't have, like, who's on the card that would really trash talk? Cody Garbrandt? He's missing Colby. He's missing TJ Dillashaw. You know, I understand that you would need to pick the fighters more, but still, this is bound to be a good press conference, and I just hope to God that the fans will be able to ask questions. I would imagine they will for UFC 300, and most importantly, don't make it 10 or 15 minutes. Give us a good half hour to an hour at the very least. I don't understand why these press conferences don't last an hour long. You can have these great moments. You can get to know the fighters. You can have one of the greatest fan experiences of all time. I don't know why the UFC doesn't have these types of press conferences anymore. Hopefully, the UFC 300 press conference delivers. I can't wait for it personally. Let me know what you think down below. Thank you so much for watching. Check out the complete betting guide for UFC 300 right here. Take care, everybody.